Hello, my name is John Osborne and this is Health for Life, Episode 1. Our daily habits play a huge role in our health and well-being, and when it comes to the health of our spines, it's no different. Our modern lifestyle has literally engineered movement out of our lives to the extent that we have to supplement or prescribe movement back into it. So if and when you have to sit, here's some simple advice to stick to. So before we start talking about the correct sitting position, let's have a brief overview of the anatomy. So, if we look at your spine from behind, it should be nice and straight. So think of straight as being strong. But when we look at your spine from the side, it should have these normal curves in the spine. And those curves act like a spring or a shock absorber effect. So your spine is made of 24 individual bones. They're stacked up on top of each other, and they should be moving individually. And they're separated by the disc, and the disc acts like a spacer for where the nerves come out. So the nerves come out between the bones here, and those nerves are how your brain's communicating to the body. So ultimately, we want to keep the body in that correct position as much as possible in our normal day-to-day activities. Correct posture when we're sitting is so important because it's a huge part of our modern lifestyle. We could be sitting anywhere between 5 and 13 hours a day. And that puts a huge amount of pressure on our spine. So getting into some good habits is really, really important. Sitting is now considered the new smoking. It's just detrimental to our health. We're not designed to be sitting. So when it comes to sitting in the correct position, first things you want to do is you want to sit bum right into the back of the seat. Okay, and we want to keep these curves on your spine. So your shoulders should always be resting on the back of the seat. Once you're in those positions, your spine's going to be in the correct position in relation to those curves, and that's in a strong position. What you don't want to do is sit with the bum forward. As soon as that bum starts moving forward on the seat, gravity kicks in and it's going to straighten out that lumbar spine or that lower back, and you're going to lose the curve there. And when you lose the curve, it puts more pressure right down through the base of the spine. That's going to give you trouble. So bum right into the back of the chair, shoulders resting on the back of the chair. Now the longer we're sitting, because we're not designed to be sitting, so if you're sitting at a computer or sitting down watching TV, the longer you're there, you're going to want to bring that bum forward, or the other thing is that you're going to want the head's going to lean forward. So think of your head being the weight of a bowling ball, and the longer that you're going to support it, it's going to get tired and it's going to want to drop forward. So the more that comes forward, again, you're going to lose that curve on that lower back, and think of the head being the weight of that bowling ball. It's going to put a lot of pressure through your shoulders and upper back. Looking at the spine from the front when you're sitting, remember you want to keep that spine straight as strong. So things to avoid are sitting with a keys, wallet, phone, anything in the back pocket is going to tilt the pelvis and put more pressure through it. So you want to avoid that. Feet flat on the ground, don't sit with the legs crossed. Try and keep that spine in that straight position as much as possible.